So, in the spirit of the Year of the Dragon, I'm playing a ton of dragon decks using only cards that will be playable in the Year of the Dragon. And are they good? Absolutely not. Let's just say not every class is meant to play dragons, but some of them are actually pretty decent, and this one is not one of them. I'm gonna just jump right in and say that it's okay. It has Malagos with the swipe and Moonfire combo, but other than that, it's just a pretty mediocre deck. It has some good control options, but especially considering I can't run cards like Branching Paths, um, it makes it a lot more difficult to play because of the fact that it has less survivability. However, if I discover it, I will not hesitate to take it. That's nice. This actually allows me to maybe survive to the point where I can get out pretty big things and kill them. Oh my god, wait. I don't know if I can deal with a Stonehill Defender. If I can draw a swipe, maybe. The Bewitched Guardian's pretty solid in this deck. I'll be able to play it on next turn and get a decent amount of value out of it. Make it a, I think, 4/8, 9? No, 4/8 because I'm going to use the coin to play it. Oh my goodness. I could just play the Scale Worm, honestly, and save the coin, which is I think what I'm going to do. It'll stay alive. I'll kill off the 2/3. The one that gets enraged, so that way I deal with it immediately so he can't ping it. Because if he had pinged it and I'd taken a ton of damage, it would have been bad. I don't fully know what kind of deck this guy is running right now. This is a deck I have not seen, like, ever. I'm going to play Giant Taunt. He doesn't actually fit with the Dragon synergy, but he just helps, like, stall the game out so I could potentially get a combo going. Because I do still have, like, the Malagos combo. It was the only win condition I could find for this deck. He's going to... Oh my god. Luckily I have another one, but that's still frustrating. Theoretically I could kill that off, but I think it'll be okay to just play the Bewitched Guardian. I tried playing this one with sort of a synergy with Trance, and like as a secondary win condition, getting out the what's it called, the 8/8, the Mulch Muncher or something like that. I don't know. He had 2 polymorphs. That's kind of crazy. But actually, to be fair, that's not that bad for me. He's used 2 polymorphs, which means I can play the Worm Guard, and actually, he's going to be really strong. He has no way of dealing with it unless he has Meteor. He's going to play it. He has it, doesn't he? Whoa! What? Who runs that? I am okay with this. I am okay with what he's doing. Okay, so he trades that in. That's fine. I kill that off. I think I discover a spell first. Another swipe could be decent. Potentially another win condition. So what I'm thinking here is Scale Worm, kill off the 5/5. And then Hero Power's face. Keeping cards in my hand's really only now useful for the Twilight Drake. This deck has no ramp or anything, which is a little bit... Oh, wait, I have no 1-cost things. I don't even run Spellstones on this deck, which theoretically I should, actually. But, yeah, this deck actually doesn't have any ramp, but it's just pretty decent overall, I feel like. So I could swipe, Scorcher, hit. I think that works, because if I swipe his face, and then Scorcher, and then hit with the 4, and kill his Skulking, that wipes his board entirely. Technically, I should not have traded there, I don't think, because I should have gone face since I was the one with the better board presence. But that's fine. He's going to play Jaina. Jaina's fine. Malagos, he'll come out sooner or later. How many minions do I have in my hand? See, I don't want it to go in one of these. I could play this and one of these and have it less likely to land on one of them. Because if it lands on Malagos, that's really strong for me. I think we'll play on the Amalgam, because this one is a combo trick. Not a combo trick, like a combat trick kind of thing, where it's not the exact same as a combat trick, like, in Magic, where it's an instant or sorcery. Well, specifically an instant, but it does have a surprise factor to it. That's disappointing. I'm a little bit upset by that, but Malagos with Swipe is pretty okay. And so Malagos with Swipe would be pretty good. Am I in danger of dying? I don't think so. I think drawing some cards with this would actually be pretty decent. So let's draw cards, actually. We're able to draw a lot of cards off of this. Twilight Drake as well, not bad. We'll go with... shoot, because I don't want to leave too many of his things up, because I feel like I'm going to take a lot of damage soon, especially considering I just used my branching paths for 2 draws instead of armor. So we'll deal a damage, draw a card. Deal a damage, draw a card again. Yeah, I have to deal with one of these. We'll just do it to this guy, actually. I don't think it really matters. I think I've played this horribly. And then save the coin, I think. And as long as I don't die this turn, I think I'm in a pretty okay spot. How much damage can I do? That's 10. That's 14. 11. That's actually not enough to kill him, because I used to swipe early. Okay. I've played this pretty poorly, I think. Oh my god. I think just getting a double Malagos to wipe his board is a pretty good way to play out this game. Because if I wipe his board, then he can't kill me, which is really all that I care about. So, double pump. He's going to be Malagos as well. And then swipe his face, and that's a total board wipe. And then I guess we Moonfire his face as well, because this is the most damage I'm gonna be able to get. I drew as many cards as I could, and I don't have a ton of damage left, but it's enough to I think it should be fine. He's gonna Meteor, isn't he? Meteor, and then Hero Power the 3/4, and then I lose the game. Yeah, there's really nothing else I could do. Like, I could have, if I'd drawn another Moonfire, if I'd drawn another swipe, I could have won the game. Oh, and there's the other swipe. But I couldn't have survived another turn, so I had to do that. Yeah, that's game, though. Well played. At least we know that this deck has like a decent win condition, because that actually played out exactly how I wanted it to. He was just able to control my early stuff and get Keleseth out, so he had a lot of extra value. Honestly, he had like the best starting hand he could have asked for. That's fine. I'm trying to think, like, the best way I win this game is if I draw like Crowd Roaster. Wow. Okay, well, I drew Crowd Roaster. Hit that, hit him in the face for 1. At this point, we're just both looking for options. I need more ways of dealing damage to him, more than just Moonfire and Swipe. The Malagos combo is fine. It's alright, but... Wow! Okay. So I have to kill that. So he just heals for a ton of health, and I can't actually ever get back into the game, I guess. We'll kill it. Armor up, hit him. We'll play him. Play the Florist. Like, the game isn't over yet, but the game is, for the most part, over, I'd say. Like, there's not much more I can do. I'm trying to think, like, what's the best case scenario here? I've already drawn more, and there's a Ziliax. That's well played, actually. I can't come back from that. At least the deck has a win condition. I probably shouldn't have used the other swipe as early as I did. But even if I hadn't, it would have been a lost game. I need more damage, so I'll figure that out. 1 second. This matchup should probably be better for me, I think. Simply because he doesn't gain a ton of armor and have a ton of lifesteal. Like, if the mage hadn't had a ton of lifesteal, the game would have gone entirely differently, I think. Like, if he hadn't gotten Jaina and hadn't gotten double Artificer with all the spells that he needed, and double Polymorph exactly when he needed it, like, if he hadn't gotten that lucky and regained as much life as he did, the Malygos combo would have probably worked out. So even Warlock is not ideal. It's a pretty just beat down heavy deck as soon as he gets the 8/8s. But I don't like. I think that he'll kill me too fast for me to actually get anything done. We'll discover a spell though. Which one of these do I want? Honestly, the answer is actually Force of Nature is not bad here, because it just puts extra pressure on the board. And Savage Roar, I'm never going to get a wide enough board to actually utilize it. So we'll go with Force of Nature. It's a pretty decent turn 5 play. If I play it turn 5, then he Hellfires turn 6, and then that's his turn. I say we just gain armor and draw a card. Swipe's not bad. We want to make him make the trade here, because mine's going to literally just end up doing nothing. But next turn I can Hero Power, Wrath it, and be okay. The fact that he played that means he doesn't have a Mountain Giant, or he doesn't understand the math behind it, because now he can't play it this turn. If he hadn't played that, he could have played it. But I'm just going to go with he does not know how to do math. There's the Floop. Gotta love the Floop. I think my only win condition is Malygos, or just like straight value with my guys. Like, if he doesn't have Siphon Soul, the Wormguard actually does a lot of work here. Twilight Drake, that's fine. And there's Malygos. Okay, so this is off to a pretty mediocre start. We're gonna play the Taunt unit. And then next turn is probably gonna be Twilight Drake. What are you doing? Siphon Soul? Or like Skulking Geist or something. Oh! There's his alternative win condition. That's not good for me at all. So I say we play this and Hero Power. There's no reason to hit, to be honest, so we just won't, I guess. Next turn will probably be Wormguard. The only reason I played the Taunt is because the wider board with the Trance wouldn't have actually done anything. But I left him at 1 health, so he actually has to trade into something. I have no 1-cost spells, so that's fine. I don't actually have the Spellstone in here because of the fact that it's from a set that I didn't want to play. It doesn't fit the like genre of this deck, being cards that would only be played back then. Or cards that would only be played in the future. Cards that didn't come out back then, being like a year ago. Ooh, okay. Wormguard's pretty nice, and then go face. Ideally, what happens here is we're able to play Malygos with like at least a Moonfire to kill him. Even if we don't get to play the swipe, it should still be fine if we get to Malygos him and then hit him in the face. If we play the the Florist, we want to have all the other minions out of the hand, so we want to play the Wormguard next, and the next turn probably Scorcher and the Scythe. He's going for his win condition, being destroying my deck, which is not great for me. Not gonna lie here, but we're gonna just drop another giant minion and kill off this one. We'll kill off this one just in case like he has a way of healing. That's the one that ends up dying. So the issue is I played into Twisting Nether. But if he does Twisting Nether, that's his turn, and I can actually like refill the board with things, being probably these two real quick. Or if I have like a Floop, I can just play the Floop. Okay, so he doesn't play the Floop. I like saying Floop if you couldn't tell. So he's giving them Taunt too. I could swipe Scorcher. I think I have to swipe Scorcher. Because if I swipe this, Scorcher, all he's left is with this for 4 health. I can kill that with this and then leave my other guys up, which is I think what I'm going to do. So we swipe, and then we Scorcher. We trade my 4/10 into this, and then we hit him in the face for as much damage as we possibly can. At this point, all we need is a Moonfire. It's going to take him another turn or two minimum for him to get the seals going. So if I can just get a Moonfire, I literally win the game. But I do have to still draw it. The issue with this deck is it doesn't have too much removal, or too much... Oh no. Well, that's not good. You never want to see your whole board get wiped. That's just suboptimal. I think we just dump some minions onto the board, to be honest. Like, play this and then play several Trance. Ooh, Wrath. There's actually the card draw that I wanted. So we play that, and then we play some more minions. This is fine. Like, he's going to play 2 more. If he plays 2 more seals, can I win next turn? Because that would be his entire turn. So he's not going to go for that. He's going to go for, like, Gul'dan. Oh. That's not good. Okay. Don't get Malygos. Oh, he got that. Oh my god. That could have been so bad. But actually, this is probably the best one I could have ever asked for. So we roaster 1. We double hit the other one. Boom, boom. And then Wrath it for 3? Or hit Wrath it for 1. I think Wrathing for 1 and drawing a card is better, because then I get close to my combo before he wipes my board. Ferocious Howl? That's fine. There's still some use there. Even if he gets Gul'dan, though, I'm going to win soon, because I have a 7/4 on board now. Like, that's a whole other threat he's going to have to deal with. The good thing about having Malygos in my hand the entire time is the fact that I always have a dragon. Okay, well, we'll just kill it off and hit him in the face. I didn't even get to use the combo, but at least I had the option pretty much the entire game. Like, I had the potential to do a lot of burst damage to him. Yeah, this deck actually, I think, has a few counters, being like things that gain a ton of armor and regain a ton of health, just in case you're not like quite able to burst them. But into decks like Warlock or Hunter, even, or like Paladin. Ooh, actually, Paladin has a lot of heal, but not as much armor. But there are some decks that will actually just do better in. But on to the next one. So this matchup isn't necessarily bad for me, because he doesn't gain a ton of armor. He only really goes up to 30 health maximum, so I can actually burst him down. But the biggest issue with this particular matchup is the fact that he is also trying to OTK me. And because of that, that means I have to play this game entirely differently. I have to like deal with his board at all costs, or I lose the game. We're going to hold on to the coin, though, because the coin could help me combo off later. And just in case like I don't have the mana to do something. We're going to play the Witch Doctor. We're going to just get some dragon synergy going here. Hopefully we get something decent. Oh! Actually, this is actually nuts. Ultimate Infestation could be really, really good. But since all my things are expensive, and I don't necessarily want to play it, that could be bad. Nourish gives me flexibility. But I don't have a turn 3 play, and Wild Growth speeds up my game, which is what I need to do against a guy who's going to try to OTK me. Now I'm torn between playing this and playing Wild Growth. If I play Wild Growth, then accelerates my game, but I also need to accelerate the game by trying to hit him. Nourish might have been a better idea. Literally, the only thing I could have drawn there was... Or the Ferocious Howl, I guess, could have been okay. It's hard for him to deal with Twilight Drake because it has 4 attack, so he can't actually just target kill it. So, turn 5, I might do this, because I don't necessarily want to play the Scorcher immediately. We'll hit that, hit him in the face, and end turn. This is a pretty lackluster turn. Or that was a pretty lackluster turn. Like, I got a pretty good minion out, but... Ooh, and we're actually already building towards the combo. If we could get the Floop, that would be real nice. We'll play that. We might just play the Wild Growth for drawing a card, or turn 6, I guess, because actually turn 6, the only way I can play something is by coining it out. Which I may do to kill off that 5/5. I may just coin out a Crowd Roaster, kill it, and go face. I'm actually very successfully rushing him down. Next turn it's going to be a Psychic Scream, but then I'm going to play a Worm Guard and follow up with like a pretty decent thing myself. Or actually just play the Florist. Playing that might have been a bit much, because if he did want a Psychic Scream, like he is going to do, he would have done it anyway, despite the fact he got a 5/5. But I didn't want to have the risk of him having like a giant minion on the board. If that makes sense. Like, or being able to play spells. Like, I didn't want him to potentially have the opportunity to combo off immediately. So, Wormguard for free next turn's pretty good. It doesn't necessarily help me combo off, but it's okay. Even if this Florist dies, I have the opportunity to get another one. If she stays alive, then part of me wants to just play all of these things. Because there's no reason not to. Like, sure, he could have another Psychic Scream, but I want to play all of them so the Malygos is cheaper. Like, that's really priority numero uno. If I can get a Moonfire, that would be fantastic. I don't. But Branching Paths is a good alternative. I'll play that as well and go face. And now it guarantees hits the Malygos, which is very helpful. It means that next turn, unless he heals or does something significant, I win the game. Because that's 5 damage, 10 damage, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 damage minimum. And my 4/7 lived anyway, so it doesn't even matter what he did. So now I play Malygos, Moonfire, swipe. I didn't even need to hit him with that. I think that this is one of the like better dragon-based decks. I think that Warrior has potential. I know that Warrior has potential. And this deck has some potential as well. And I'm pretty sure there are other decks out there that have potential. Hunter might with like Emrys, an Emrys combo. Shaman did not. Actually, you'll see which ones have combos, but basically the core of this deck's going to remain basically the same with like Scale Worms and Twilight Drakes and the Scorcher with a Witch Doctor, because they're neutral cards that are dragons that go in every single deck and function really well in every deck. Like the Crowd Roaster, a 7-mana 7/4 removal, is always nice to have. But also Priest has some pretty nice synergies because they all have a lot of health. Inner Fire could do really well. But anyway, this deck is pretty solid, I would say. Maybe not like top tier competitive wise, but in terms of like other dragon decks and decks that could be good next expansion, this one seems to at least have some potential.